Hello everyone watching on YouTube, and welcome to Phoenix Wright, the Ace Attorney Trilogy. I have never played an Ace Attorney game before in my life, so this is a first for me. I didn't play any of them growing up. I never really got into them. I've been on the internet for a long time, so I've obviously seen some Ace Attorney references, maybe even a clip here or there, usually meme ones. But I have some friends who are really into Ace Attorney, and for those of you who don't know, we recently announced that we're going to be including an Ace Attorney rep in Anime Villainous from the Ace Attorney anime. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna end up actually getting spoiled on Ace Attorney with it coming to Annabelle and all that. So if I want to get into the franchise, right now kind of seems like the time to do it for me. So here we are, giving Ace Attorney a try. Like I said, I've never played any of the games. Anything I know about Ace Attorney is just from osmosis being on the internet. I do know a little bit. I don't know specifics, but I know a little bit about Dahlia, who is the character that we're adding to Anime Villainous. We announced that for Annabelle not long ago. So, because she's being made for the game that I'm a lead for, I know a little bit about her. I don't know specifics, but I know the general gist of her. But aside from that, I'm completely blind. I know who Phoenix Wright is. I know that his rival, the shadow to his Sonic is Edgeworth, I think is his name. But that's really all I got. So let's new game it up and let's give Ace Attorney a try. Justice for All, Trials and Tribulations. So we're obviously gonna start with the first game. I'm gonna play the first game, which came out in 2001, it looks like 2001, 2, and then 4. We're gonna play the first game, see how I like the franchise. If I have a good time with it, then we'll do the other 2 games. If I don't, or if, people just don't care about watching it, if people are I don't really like watching you play Ace Attorney, then we might not do the other 2, but we're at least going to play through the first one, and then we'll see about doing the other 2. So let's play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Okay. By the way, I don't understand how this game works at all, by the way. I think it's a visual novel. I know it's set in courtrooms and stuff. I think the gameplay, I assume, is just you have to read all the dialogue and then figure out maybe we'll get dialogue options of what do you think is the way to figure out who did the murder or whatever. But I honestly have no idea. I've never actually seen gameplay. I've just seen a couple of clips of text boxes. So let's go. Oh, first steps. That's the easiest trophy of my life. That's jam, by the way. Gasp, gasp. Yeah, spilt your strawberry jam there. That's not good. Curses! Why me? Oh, these text boxes auto-go? I don't like that. I can't get caught. Not like this. I gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Oh, wait, so I just know who the murderer is from the get-go? I'll make it look like he did it. Oh, no. Oh, now I know this sound effect a lot. August 3rd. Oh, now it's, now I control the text box. Is cool. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Dun dun. Boy, am I nervous. There's a court record? Oh, no. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Woo, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Oh, I should say, this playthrough is blind, but there is one other thing I know about Ace Attorney that I just realized, because I've, been on the internet for a while and I've seen people joke about it a lot, that a lot of the names in Ace Attorney are, puns. And as we all know, I don't really like puns, so, we'll see how that goes. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! This dude's name is literally Butts. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Wait, is Phoenix Wright's name Nick? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. All about how my life got twisted, turned upside down. My first case is a fairly simple one. Not the jam. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Why is his name Butts? Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the... I'm not reading that. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. What on earth are the glitter eyes, bro? One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Well, you know, you get what you get. But I know better than anyone that he's a guy good at heart. Or he's a good guy at heart. I read that backwards. Don't... Listen. There's gonna be a lot of reading in this playthrough. Just be prepared for me to mess it up. Also, I think this goes without saying, but this is a blind playthrough, and I know that, like... I thought that the Ace Attorney games were murder mysteries, but they literally showed me who the killer was at the start, so I don't even know. But I'm pretty sure that more so than most games I play, this game is very, like, Ace Attorney is really susceptible to, like, if people spoil it, it'll, like, really affect the enjoyment of the game. So, no spoilers in chat. That's pretty much always the rule, but I'm being very overt about it this time. Also, for those of you watching on YouTube, please leave comments. It helps my SEO. But also leave comments. I'm probably going to be ignoring every single comment on this series until I finish it. When I finish the game, I'll probably go back and look at comments on YouTube, but just to make sure I don't get spoiled by someone, you know, being a nerd for no reason, I probably won't be reading YouTube comments, like, at all. Willie, thank you for subbing at Tier 1 for 41 months. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support, brother. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Yo, what's up? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. I don't think that you should admit that as an attorney. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. What is this? This doesn't seem like something a judge should do. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaken. Eyesight. Fading. Palms. Sweaty. Mom spaghetti. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts? The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. This is obviously meant to be a tutorial, but it's just, it seems so patronizing to an attorney. Like, do you know the name of the guy that you're defending? Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Did they tell me the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R1 button to check it at any time. Okay, I'm gonna look at the court record. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. All right, so her name's Cindy. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please, I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Oh, well, it's not Mia. It's Cindy, not Cinderblock. The person who was killed was Cinderblock? The Teen Titans finally went too far? Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. All right, for those of you watching on YouTube, I had a power outage for like 5 minutes. That was very annoying, but I'm live again. Hopefully the power doesn't cut a second time. But we're back. Chat, if my power cuts again, if the stream suddenly ends, that will be it for today. I'm not gonna go live a third time. We'll just have to come back another day, but we're gonna keep going and hope that my power doesn't fall out again. Fingers crossed. Let's play some more Ace Attorney. If the power cuts again, then Ace Attorney is cursed and I'll never get to play it again. I don't make the rules, I'm just saying. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Right, that's me. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. It's like a lot of work. I didn't really get into this whole attorney business to like remember or think or like, I feel like you're asking a lot of me. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R1 button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne. The prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. It's a video game, it's a tutorial, obviously, but do they think that maybe they should have, like, had Mia give me a rundown of, like, how the game works with maybe even, like, a mock trial before just being like, this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. He doesn't know what he's doing. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Oh, no. His name is literally Butts. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. You didn't talk to Larry about how he should act up on the stand? Okay, you know what? Now I'm kind of hoping that we lose this case. I mean, look at this guy. This guy kind of looks like he deserves to lose the case. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. What on earth are these facial expressions? We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony. I don't know the story of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Also, it's not Anthony, isn't it Antony? But, like, Romeo and Juliet definitely ends in death. Does Cleopatra and Mark Antony also end in death? Didn't they all die? Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls, or seeing me, ever. All right, I'm just saying. Obviously, people shouldn't be imprisoned for things they didn't do. However, if it's gonna happen to anyone, I feel like it should happen to this guy. What's it to you, anyway? Hi, Koji. Koji, are you upset that the power went out earlier? I'm upset too, buddy. Don't worry, chat, my dog is here. He's gonna help us figure out this case. He's a genius. He's a Shiba Inu. He's from Japan. He obviously knows how he's not actually from Japan, but you know what, it's a Japanese breed. He knows how the Japanese legal system works. Thank you for the cheer, Fairy. Mr. Butts. What you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. Oh, it does, wait, the passport says United States of America? Wait, does Ace Attorney take place in America? This is a Japanese game, isn't it? Does it not take place in Japan? It's just localization? Oh, okay, fair enough. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Are we sure that the French didn't do it? I'm just saying. We should consider all possibilities. I'm not ruling out that the entire population of France could be the murderers. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. This is how this game starts. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. Okay. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Am I, can I stop him from answering? Is that allowed? Am I gonna do the famous objection thing? I wanna do the objection thing. I'm gonna stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. Yet my client is very stupid and wouldn't have realized. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oh, it wasn't an objection. Oof, wince. Oh, I also know that this idiot's name is Winston Payne, which is like wince in pain, because when my friends told me about the whole pun name thing, this was one of the examples they gave, and I hate it, just for the record. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog, oh. You know, I'm just saying, I know he didn't do it, but maybe the world would be better off if we let him take the fall. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. What do you sound so guilty. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I mean, if he did go there, there's probably gonna be a witness or something. So we're gonna have to deal with it anyway. I don't think we should lie. So and honestly, if he gets thrown in the slammer, I'm fine with it. So just answer honestly, bro. Pop off, King. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Why was that so loud? Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? Can you do that in a courtroom? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Butts, you dumb idiot, moron, stupid. I just, like... Can I kill my own client? Is that allowed? Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Oh, is it the guy who actually did the murder? Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank saw it? Frank saw it? Yeah, he saw it. Okay, yeah. To the stand. Oh yeah, there's the guy who did the murder. Why does he undulate like that? Mr. Saw It, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Saw It, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. All right, witness account. I was going door to... Oh, I know this music. I recognize this music. I've been on the internet long enough to have heard this track in a couple of, like, meme videos. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright. Quailed in fright? Your Honor, objection! No one uses the word quailed in a sentence like this. I move that this was pre-planned and written by AI, and he is a liar! I found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. All right, I bet that a lot of this game is gonna involve remembering times. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Excuse me, Your Honor, objection. I would like to, surrender? To honorably forfeit? I would like to give up. Is that an option? Can I, like, give up and my defendant just, like, you know, gets the death sentence? Can I do that? Then the judge, like, pulls out his dual disc and he's like, you can't forfeit until the 10th turn. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court records. Electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. All right, and he said that he was there at 1 p.m. Now, Mr. Wright, wait a minute. When did What's-His-Face say he was there? Time of death, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of... Wait a minute. If her time of death was 4 to 5 p.m., and What's-His-Face said... My boss. And What's-His-Face said that, he was there at 1 p.m., because I think that's what he said. Doesn't that mean he's a filthy liar? Now, Mr. Wright? Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Sick. So I'm gonna pull out my dual swords, cross them in like an X, and then chop the prosecution in half. That means I win, right? Like if I win in ritual combat? I don't know how law works. Cross-examination, Your Honor? You should know what the word cross-examination means. All right, right, this is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? why you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. The filthy lies! Lies? Why, he was lying? You can't lie in a courtroom! Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? Did Mia pull Phoenix Wright, like, off of the street? Did she see some dude wearing a suit walking outside, like, without employment and was like, hey, you wanna, like, be an attorney? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence in hand. By the way, obviously it's because this is a tutorial mission, or like case or whatever, that it's Phoenix is being so stupid, but I like to make fun of it. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Okay, I think I've already found one. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Like you would a dog in their feces when they go to the house in the bathroom. Okay. Open the court record with the R1 button, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Yes, I do want to remind everyone in chat, please no spoilers and whatnot, because blind playthrough. I know some things about the Ace Attorney franchise just from osmosis, but I know very little, I think, at least. So, I don't want to know any more than I already do. Open the court record with the R1 button, then point out contradictions in the testimony. I'm on it. Cross-examination. Witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Okay, I don't think I have anything there to say that is a lie. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. All right, sure. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. I want to get to where you say 1 o'clock. Woman moving, not dead. Quailed and frightened, found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. Wait a minute, go back. Hold it! So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? Wait, can I, like, say that he's a liar? I want to say he's a liar right there. Like, he went into the apartment and touched the phone. What happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. How did you do that? If you didn't go in there? The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right? But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Okay. Went to a nearby park, found a public phone. I don't think I have anything against that. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Objection! 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m. Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. How do I present? Oh, I just press R1. Time of death, 4 to 5 p.m. Moron, she was alive at 1 p.m. Oh, it's triangle. Okay. I was pressing every single button. I pressed X and square and circle. Triangle is the button you press. Okay. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Chat, I did it. I objected. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Get wrecked, idiot. Oh, that. Oh, why does pain sound like that? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. Okay. I figured that the game would be something like this. Like, reading dialogue and then finding issues with, like, what is said. And I think I'm really gonna like this game. We'll see how it goes. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Can he do that? Does he get a mulligan? Do you get mulligans on testimonies? Is that allowed? I love how it says testimony at the top left like it's a TV logo. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. There was a power outage. Ah, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. You're so dumb. You're so stupid. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. You're so dead, bro. Wright, you know what to do. I got this one. You dumb idiot. Get cross-examined. You're so stupid. Body, I heard the time. There's a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. No objection! Except hold it, actually. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Yeah, I know, I'm getting to it. Something about hearing the television. I know, I'm getting to it. The witness has testified here that he heard the time. No, no. It was probably coming from the television. All right, yeah. Present. Oh, I see where it does say triangle, by the way, to present. So when I was looking at this a second ago, I just assumed that I should press X to select something, because that's what you normally do in video games, but it's actually triangle, and it does say it on the screen there. Objection! You're under arrest! Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. Die, idiot. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Yeah! Why does this guy have a dot on his forehead? The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Saw It? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. How many times can a witness say I remember now before you can, like, just arrest them? If he lies a third time, then, like, we tell the security guard in the corner of the room to shoot him, right? Like, he just gets executed? I feel like that would be fair. Mr. Saw It, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. Is he, like, is the floor moving beneath him? Why is he shaking? My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Saw It. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. I don't think you're allowed to give a testimony this many times. Why is his head perfectly still while his neck moves like that? Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Wrong. That must have been what I saw. All right, I get it. It's the first case. They wanted to be easy for the 9-year-olds who bought this game. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Here we go again. Gladly. Mia's not even saying anything this time. Mia's like, do I even have to open my mouth? Like, come on. There's a table and a clock in the apartment. Yeah, the murder weapon. All right, you dumb, stupid moron idiot. Objection! Yes, I will yell objection every single time, by the way. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Oh, let's go. It's the famous music. You can't see it, but I'm jamming out. Listen. I feel like everyone knows this music. If they play video games, if they're like on the internet, this is the banger of this franchise. It's one of like the only 3 songs I know from there, or 3 tracks that I know from this game anyway, or from the franchise rather. You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? I'm Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Roll credits. Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. What? The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. There's no way! As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. What? Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Are you stupid? Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yeah. I don't think that it's a clock. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Ha ha ha! Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because, wait, it is actually a clock? Because he, oh wait, I pressed X. I pressed X without reading what that dialogue was. I didn't realize the text box came up because I looked at chat. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. Did I not just prove it? I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard! This got so much more ridiculous in the back half. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Why does Payne sound like that? What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Yeah. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never! Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, yeah! Oh my goodness, that was a toupee. Shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! This dude threw a toupee at Phoenix Wright. Order! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright! Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw It heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... Why is my thing at the top right flashing? I mean, like, sounding the clock would make sense, right? I don't know how asking the neighbors would help. Examine the clock's batteries? How is that gonna prove anything? Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. The clock is 3 hours off. Daylight savings, it'll get you. Yeah. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saw It heard and the actual time of death. Okay, chat says that the blue bar is my HP. I bet when I misclicked the dialogue thing, I must have picked a bad dialogue option, and so I lost health. That's what I get for looking at chat. So, Mr. Saw It, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Is the witness supposed to be the one saying that I won't have a case? Shouldn't Payne be saying that? He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Darn, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness words. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Saw It. Wait, did I lose? I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Ah, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. Well, silver lining here is that we don't have to deal with Larry ever again because he'll be in prison. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Saw It. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away, not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes, what if time travel? But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Sure. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Woohoo, baby, I don't know. I mean, it has to be the blackout record or the passport. I haven't used the passport yet. I mean, the clock obviously runs on batteries, so the blackout can't have anything to do with it. I don't see how using the statue itself would prove anything. I mean, it's got to be the passport because it's the only thing I haven't used yet. I guess the thought process here is that because the victim was in Paris for so long, like, how would the statue have, like, changed? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how this is going to prove it, but I'm gonna present the passport because I don't see how anything else could. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. But did she take the statue with her to Paris? That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Hey-o! Your Honor, I got him with a clear zinger. He should be executed on the spot. Yeah. What? He's dead? Order! Order, I say! By the way, I just realized with how this game works, there are like no good breaks in this game for me to do my usual YouTube videos of like 20 minutes apiece. That's gonna be a nightmare to break up, or I'm gonna have to do something different. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. By the way, I still don't get how the Paris time zone thing proves the case at all. It got him to pass out, so it works, but like, couldn't you just argue like she didn't take the thing with her to Paris, so the time in Paris is irrelevant to the clock that is in her apartment in Japan? Or America, wherever it is. I don't know where this game takes place. I suggest is going to settings and making the text box partially transparent. It shows more character art and backgrounds while hurting nothing. Can I do that right now? Doesn't seem like an option, unless I'm blind. I should save the game. Nice. Oh no, it's right here. I am blind. I am blind. Okay, I see what you mean. Sure, I'll put it on high, whatever. I don't care. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. I'm a gamer. They had confetti set up in the courtroom? And with that, this court is adjourned. Okay, goodbye. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Sucks to be Cindy. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2. There's an anime for this? Yeah, I know. We're putting this franchise in anime villainous. I said that at the start of stream. In the original Japanese, she traveled to New York. Yeah, it makes sense. The distance between Japan and New York should be pretty similar to what chat was saying that this was in America. So probably pretty similar. What was it said? 9 hours? So like west coast of America is probably, because I'm like 6 hours off of France, I think. So west coast of America would be about 9 hours also, yeah. Ah, still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Chat, be real with me, chat. Did you tell me to change the transparency on the text box specifically for when Mia is on the screen? I know how you are, chat. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. I don't want to talk to Larry. I don't want to talk to Larry. I'd rather not talk to Larry if I'm being honest. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. This reminds me so much. This pose reminds me of Undertale. What Undertale character is this reminding me of? Did Undertale, like, take this dude as inspiration for whatever Undertale gag I'm thinking of? It's the guy who, like, sells the glam burgers or whatever in Undertale, isn't it? Doesn't he do stuff just like this? Like, poses just like this? Really reminds me of it. Don't worry about me, I'll be dead and gone soon. Alright, good. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. I'm not reading that. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. No, wait, I was gonna make a move on Mia. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Why do you have this? Did they give you this? A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. What? Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Why would you? I would throw that in the trash immediately. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? This game came out in 2001. I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. No, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, right? Don't you have something to show your friend? I'm gonna be so upset at how many times they're gonna make me say right, right. Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? The fact that she kept this other statue that you made? Take that! Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. I don't believe that he made this clock. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. She has a phone! You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. They had to, when the Toby Fox, when making Undertale, had to have been thinking of this dude specifically when he did the glam burger dude shopkeeper thing in Undertale. I refuse to believe otherwise. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. And to believe in yourself, you have to believe in the One Piece, baby! It's real! Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never! Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me, chat? We're so in there? Already? That didn't take long at all. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. Alright, we're like super in there. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me, Mia words. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Really? And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end.